the squad comes back. College Football Sunday with Steve, Matt, and Taz.
All right, everybody, welcome back to another episode of College Football Sunday. I'm Steve, always with me is Taz.
What's up?
And we got Matt with us back.
Gang, gang.
All right, so in this episode, we're going to do our Big 12 Media Day recap. Give y'all up to date on some of the excitement and some of the stuff that happened in Big 12 Media Days. And then we also have our first real true takes. We do. So, all right, well, I'll go ahead and get started on this. The Big 12 Media Days, it was, I ain't going to lie, kind of uneventful. There was. It's not like back in the day where you used to get a bunch of good hot takes and everything. But I did take a couple things away from it, listening, trying to, when they don't give you hot takes, you got to read between the lines and try to pick up on what they're talking about. So Brett Yormark came out and introduced that they will now be known as the Monster Energy Big 12 football. Who wants to go first?
I feel like this is Ricky Bobby putting Fig Newtons on the front of his windshield, and now he can't see out of it when he's driving around.
Yeah, I don't know. I looked at it because it's not much that they're getting, but it's something. But I don't know. Maybe his idea is to get multiple.
I best keep up with that. My bad, Steve.
I can't see, but I sure do like Fig Newtons.
My boy, he may be out to get multiple sponsorship. Who knows? I don't know what his idea is because he know it wasn't much for each school, but it's something. So we'll see where it goes from here.
I think they got a cheap. Monster got a hell of a deal, y'all. $20 million to put your name on the Big 12 conference. I mean, that is ridiculous.
Yeah, football and basketball.
Yeah, football and basketball, which I don't care what nobody says. The Big 12 is probably the best college basketball conference. They are with Houston, Arizona. I mean, they got some great teams over there. They do. And to get on like that for $20 million, it only breaks down to like $1.25 million a team. I mean, I don't have $1 million, but that's pretty cheap for people who do got that kind of money.
I mean, if you think about what Monster's annual revenue is going to be, like I would just assume it's billions in annual revenue, right? Being Monster. I think you're right. I think it's an absolute steal. And whoever that person was that negotiated this contract that works for Monster, like promote them.
Yeah.
They're making good business choices. I think it's interesting, though, when you think about when you look at the commissioners of the conferences, and I think, we're going to jump straight into talking about him, but he's definitely the most aggressive commissioner in college football. Like it is to me, when you've got like the Big Ten and the SEC adding teams and things like that, like it seems like he's the only one that is really okay with not being passive or just content. Like he's challenging and championing the environment around him. And I think whether you love him or you hate him, and I think when people hate him, you got to respect him.
Yeah, he's always been at the forefront. He has trying something. He's not scared to try anything new. That's what I like about him. I do. The one thing, though, that I will say that I don't like about this deal is there's two things to me that are sacred in college football. And that's the 50-yard line. It is. And the jersey. I don't want this to look like these professional sports, these European sports with all these endorsements and stuff like that on it. I can't, like, if you want to put the Big 12 Monster thing on like the 25-yard line or whatever, that don't bother me. Don't mess with midfield. Do not put that at midfield. And the jerseys, like, I mean, and I'm okay. I even like with the new Ultimate jerseys and all that, I'm cool with that. I am. But that's the team jersey. You don't put, you know what I'm saying? You don't put anything over it. It's good as it is. But it's a money pool, and I get it. I think they could have got more money. I do. Did y'all hear? Somebody tweeted out something where they said the Big Ten and the SEC won't even answer the phone for $20 million. And then the cool part was they got a tweet back from our boy at SMU. He said, neither would the ACC.
True.
Yeah, it's not much. I mean, considering what Monster's going to make off of this thing.
Oh yeah, from having all their drinks at the stadium and advertising and
It's really smart. And if you think about it this way, and I'm going to make a halfway joke here, but like college game day is built by Home Depot, right?
Right.
Well, now you've got the official conference of drywall punchers. You got Monster, right?
yep.
You can knock out some drywall and punch a hole, and then go to Home Depot and get some plug and patch and fix it all in one. So,
And then rebuild it.
that's right. In all seriousness, this is a really good play by Monster. Like it's. I do agree with you. I think it's tacky to give up the 50-yard line. I think it's tacky to, put the logos all over the place. Like, look at the example of UFC fight last night.
Right.
There's not that mat anymore that's not covered in branding. And then I don't know for sure, but it looked like people were slipping in certain spots on that mat because of the logos.
Right.
WWE's done the same thing now with even the Prime Tower on the outside, Prime bottles on the outside of the ring. I mean, it just seems like it's tacky at this point. I'm not a huge fan of it. I think the sponsorship's great for commercials and things like that, and being able to present on trophies, but leave the field alone. I agree.
Right.
Take your ground.
Yep, same here. So did y'all hear too that he was also talking about a private equity firm deal that they made with Redbird?
Yep.
They did. So it's kind of odd. It's supposed to. Took some notes I did of it real quick, and it says that it will infuse the conference office with $12.5 million in capital to help drive commercial development and business growth, while schools are afforded a 1-year window to take a credit line of $30 million. Good thing is none of these schools have taken the $30 million, which I think the universities don't want to get involved in that because of for the $30 million you're going to get or whatever they might end up offering you, they're going to want a percent. And as we've all watched, college football is not going down in revenue. It isn't. So what do y'all think about that?
Well, I think structure and being pretty familiar with the private equity space, I think the structure of it is, while Redbird is a private equity company, they're not taking ownership or equity of the Big 12. Like, it's more of just a return of investment than an actual private equity stake. And I've seen some of the media outlet already attacking private equity because there's legislation that's out there now to keep private equity out of youth sports and things like that private equity is invading. But I think that this is a little bit different. This is not them taking ownership. This is them helping to expand it to make more money off of it. And that, personally, for me, is no more different than a marketing partnership or something like that. It's just these guys have the capital to help it grow faster. Again, going back to the Big 12, thinking outside the box, being aggressive in growth. Here's the way you do it. You go to the boys who got money. Because while the SEC, the ACC, Big Ten's not answering the phone for $20 million, if a private equity company as large as these guys, because there's two of them, there's two private equity companies in this. If those big boys were calling, the SEC would answer that phone too.
Good point.
It's not a complete equity takeover. I think that's really, really important.
Oh, okay. Yeah, because like I said, I wasn't 100% sure about how it was all breaking down and everything. And that was the thing I was worried about, is that they were going to come in and want 20%, and we'll give you $30 million, but I want 20%. And that's ridiculous.
Well, and the immediate money is driven towards funding projects. So, if they were to get the immediate funding, it can help with stadium renovations, sponsorship sales. So, funding the ability to go digital with print and things like that ahead of time. Hosting revenue producing events. So, there's a lot of folks that like Morgan Wallen and other artists are doing big tours in college stadiums. Well, this immediate fund is actually approved to be used for things that are drawing in to bring revenue to the school. So it's not about necessarily sponsoring the team per se, more of the school to get more return on investment that way. It's actually really, when you look at it, it's really smart.
Okay. I like that. So on a funnier part, did y'all hear our boy Brett Earmark shut down that person asking the question? Did y'all see where he shut him down real quick?
Yeah. Brent had to know that there were going to be Texas Tech questions. It's going to be probably fill that room constantly. What's going on with it? What happened? Lawsuits, things of that nature. So he was prepared probably for any question, whether he was going to answer it direct or he was going to deflect it to something else. So, but in this case, he actually was kind of comical with it. you
Yeah,
know?
I did like that where he asked the question. He said, "Hold on." He said, "Stand up and say it again. I'm gonna walk over there."
Right.
And then he ends up walking over there and he asks his question. And he's like, "First off, you misquoted me. And second, you my said that we're going 16 strong, and that's my answer to your question." So I really like that response I did. Because I mean, like you said, you knew it was gonna come out really loud.
Yeah. Yeah, I think, like I said, man, whether you like him or hate him, like I think he's the only one that's not scared to live outside the box.
Mm-hmm.
And if you're okay with being the guy that doesn't answer the phone for 20 million, or the guy that's going to answer the phone and take shots and take risks, then I want that guy on my team all day.
Most definitely.
At least he's trying.
That's it.
Mm-hmm.
You
In a
know,
place that college football landscape has changed so much in the past several years, and I feel like where it's gotten out of control, NIL and all these other things, like this guy's trying to do something that actually could benefit the school as a whole, not just the players.
Yeah, because he seemed like that. And that's why you don't ask questions like that. You know what I'm saying? Like when you know what the response like that's going to be. Like to me, that was horrible journalism or reporting or something like that. Like, I mean, what do you really think Brett Yormark's going to come out and say? You know, like, oh yeah, no, screw Texas Tech. I'm like, no, he's still the commissioner and over those teams. So, I mean, yeah, telling them because he was like, well, you banned us from throwing tortillas, and then yeah, Oklahoma State got a write off to where they can bang the paddles on the thing, and then you're suing Texas Tech, but yeah, he didn't play for Tech. He played for Cincinnati, and you haven't done nothing with him. So why do we think that you have faith in us and we should trust you? I was like, well, first off, what I've been hearing, don't nobody want you. So don't act like, oh, we can just take our ball and go home and go somewhere else, because there's not a lot of people that, like, no one will touch them right now.
No.
They won't.
And they actually brought this on themselves. I don't think Brent would have done anything, negative to him, which not even now anyway. But if they wouldn't have made the decision that they made, I mean, the ruling was down, and then they wanted to oversee or get that thrown out and just get this injunction to override, the call that was made by the NCAA or a judge. And then after that, the NCAA had to make a decision. Big 12 made a decision amongst themselves because they didn't like it. I'm like, this is a rule that it shouldn't have been even questioned. I mean, when it comes to gambling, I mean, it should have been never even questioned at all. But then you still want to have it your way. And the Big 12 said, okay, so, well, the NCAA can't do anything, but we can.
Exactly.
So they started to make a decision on coming together and possibly suing Texas Tech or whatever, and then they felt the heat. And then all of a sudden, Ben Sorsby decides that, you know what, he's going to forego his last season and enter the supplemental draft.
Mm-hmm. We all know how that worked out for him.
Yeah.
So there really wasn't, like I said, much hot takes going on during the thing. You could take a little bit here and there. You could from it. One thing I picked up was apparently Deion does not like The Athletic. I guess apparently they wrote in some really bad stuff about him because they end up asking him a question at one point, and he's like, "Yeah, y'all do such great work." Ha ha ha. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know exactly what all that's about. Might have to look into that and see what's going on with that. But yeah, so like I said, and it probably come from shady reporting. I mean, a lot of that does happen a lot too. Like I said, there wasn't really much. You could tell like the ones who knew what they were asking and the ones who are just trying to throw something out there You know, like even Joey McGuire was asked about the same thing with Sorsby, and he's like, "Hey, I can't comment on that right now." You know what I'm saying? So I mean, these guys are professionals. They've been trained. I mean, they've been gone through. There ain't a question that you're going to ask them that they haven't already been asked or already been prepped on how to answer. You know, so like I said, you don't get the hot takes like before. We don't have the Spurriers out there, the Mike Leaches, you know, the ones that make media days super entertaining.
I'm a man.
Yeah, it feels like some of these guys that they don't want to ruffle any feathers, man. Go ahead and at least have fun with it. Remember we went back. Let's see, Gainesville. I'm pretty sure you guys probably seen it or heard of it. But when they had the award thing with Kirby and Cristobal, when they were going back and forth shading each other, I think that's good and fun. Mm-hmm. I mean, it's not like you're down a guy in the program, but at the same time you're truth telling to where you might want to watch a guy like Mario get take your players, But at the same time, it's all in fun because Mario clapped back also, and same thing with Summerall. So I mean, that kind of media. I think it's real fun, but I think it's too many guys not trying to be safe and be friends with everybody.
Yeah, that was something. Oh, go ahead. Yeah, man.
No, I agree. Just to hear so I don't get fined, that all the time. My biggest regret, I think, is that I never got to ask Mike Leach about candy cane.
Yeah.
Anytime candy corn's brought up to Mike Leach, like it would turn into a 5-minute rant about why it's the best candy of all time. Like I think if I got the opportunity, I'm not asking him a football question. I'm asking him a philosophical question about food or something like that. That's going to be like, you know what? And it's going to turn into a 10-minute rant that's then going to turn back into how he's going to game plan to win the game. His master class.
Mm-hmm. Like somebody asked him who would win in a battle of mascots in the Pac-12, and he went through every school in the Pac-12, giving you an explanation on why or why not that mascot would win. We do miss Mike Leach.
So quick like that. Like that question's not prepped.
No. That's off the dome.
So with Joey McGuire, I think he got kind of misquoted. I do when everybody was talking about during media days where all they played was a snippet. That's why I always tell people, don't watch a snippet, watch the whole show, to get what's going on around it. So when they asked him about playing Texas, and the only thing anybody heard was spot the ball. We're ready, spot the ball. And yeah, I mean, I get that. But here's the background for the people who ain't listened to it was he grew up he was born, raised in West Texas in the early 70s. He grew up on the Southwest Conference, which I know a lot about because I did too. And like he was saying was these Texas schools don't play each other. You got SMU. He's like, we'll play SMU. We want to play A&M. We want to play these other Texas schools, but none of them play each other anymore like they used to. And he thinks that's one of the hardest things and the reason why it's harder to keep more recruits in town and state because you're not playing these. You can't, get in the car and drive to our game anymore. That's gone. It is.
Can you imagine 15, 20 years ago, a kid committing to Texas A&M and then transferring to Texas Tech?
That would not happen or fly.
An Alabama player going in the portal and going to
Auburn. Nope.
It's never happened. And now it's just like, yeah, I'll go there. It doesn't matter if that's who wants to talk to me. We got kids jumping all over the place. It's not the same anymore. He's absolutely right.
No. Yep. Yeah, so that was the whole background behind the story. He wants to play these Texas teams. He does. And I mean, because that's the way it is. I mean, before you could drive to all your games damn near. I mean, you play a couple non-conference or whatever out of conference, but and that led to asking all the coaches too, what do you think about these rivalry games that's either discontinued or they only got on the books for another year or two, and every one of them, this is why I can't understand y'all, why everybody can't get on the same damn page, or who's in control of making these rules, is that if everybody wants something, why not just do it? Everybody wants these rivalry games back, then do it. Coaches want it, players want it, fans want it. So who is the person that's controlling the lever that's like, nah, we don't want to play Penn State and Pittsburgh. We don't want to play Texas Tech and SMU. We don't want to play Arkansas and Texas Tech. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah, but how much is this probably some of these guys? But you see games being canceled right now. Power four games. It's down the line. How many of them thinking probably, you know what? Why make my schedule tougher and I get an easier path to get to the playoffs versus scheduling these big games? Yeah, they're big games, but if I lose this game early, on top of maybe losing one or two games in my conference, my chances are less likely. I mean, unless they're going to credit me for playing tougher schedule. But outside of that, why play like you said, Steve? Why play the tougher schedule like Oregon did that year and risk losing that game, and then now I'm out of the playoffs? You know what I'm saying? So some of these probably ads and coaches, they don't want to play those. And now like the SEC is going to 9 games, and you got one rivalry game you're playing, so that's 10 games Power Four. And then you play another team out there. So you got 11 games that you're playing Power 4 schools. Mm-hmm. And you're risking probably losing multiple games and then not even having a chance in the playoffs. Versus there's going to be some schools that are not going to even take that chance of playing that Power 4 school. And they're going to have probably 3 or 4 cupcakes that they play. And they got an easier path to the playoffs. So some of that could be from that. I mean, what's your guys' take on it?
Oh, I got a great hot take on back on that. Do what's right for the game. Everybody, so that's what's wrong with college football, y'all. And I know this is off topic of the Big 12, sort of. This is what's wrong. That exactly that right there. Mm-hmm. They're scared to lose games because apparently the playoff is the only thing that matters. It used to be okay to go 8-4 or 9-3 and go to the Citrus Bowl or the Outback Bowl or any other bowl game, and now it's not. I don't want to play these games, and I don't want to play these teams, and I don't want to schedule these games because the only thing that matters, and it's because of, like I said, the Mickey Mouse Mafia and pushing their agenda about the only thing that matters is the playoff, when it isn't. The sport, the game, the matchups, the rivalries, what makes a game great is what is important about the game. But everybody's pushed it, and I'm 100% with you, Taz. That's the reason why they're not. Is because no one wants to do what's right for the sport. It's just, I gotta get to the playoff. Okay, get to the playoff and then lose in the first round. So we miss these good games for you to make it to the playoff and then lose by 30 in the first round. Who really won?
Yeah. But that coach in the long run, I mean, he made the playoffs. He got it on the resume.
Yeah, he's 0-1 and lost by 20, so he'll be unemployed in 2
he
years.
Made the playoffs. I mean, it kind of prolongs his coaching career. He may even, just for making the playoffs, he may get an extension.
Oh, he's going to get extra money because it's going to be built into the contract, but it's not what's right for the sport.
Well, I get it, but at the same time, there's money attached to the playoffs that these guys potentially can make. To help with the NIL deal and take it. I mean, just take Miami for instance. Look how much money Miami made versus having to go to boosters or trying to scrape up more money for NIL. But if Miami losing an extra game, then what?
Notre Dame gets that extra money.
There you go.
What about you, Matt? What do you think about this?
What? You gonna quit watching?
No.
Exactly. No. And that's what it kind of comes down to is like, you're not going to quit watching, and those playoff games are going to continue to sell out. So, damn the rules.
Yeah, damn the rules.
It's not at this point, because it is such a business. It's not about what's right for the game anymore. It should be like, we obviously, as fans, we want it to be what's right for the game, but it never will be what's right for the game again. Mm-hmm. This Monster partnership is the first of many that kind of show what's right for the game, what's not right for the game in the future of this play, especially now, like the second that they said we can pay student athletes, that completely changed the landscape of college football forever. And I think it's the right move. Like, they should be paid. We've built these institutions off their back for nothing, and have had long-term medical problems and all these things from it, while these continue raking profits. But this is the way it is. And so the answer, that I have, is, you go watching? No, it's the same. Like, my wife, we were in vacation in LA. And we were at Universal and Disney, and there was rides broken down, right? And my wife had this theory that they do that on purpose. Like they'll shut down the rides because if you're not riding the ride, you're in line. Where are you?
Buying stuff.
Or
Yeah.
you're eating, right?
Yep.
And when you buy your ticket, they say we can't control the weather and we can't control the ride operation. If a ride breaks down, we don't give you your money back. What are you going to do? Not go?
Yeah.
Still gonna
No.
go. Well,
It's not the right thing for us, but it's the right thing for them. And guess what? We still go. And I go too damn much. And it's the same thing. And that's not even Mickey Mouse Mafia by itself. That's the Universal Mafia too. But it's all the same. Like you're going to stop coming? I dare you. Walmart changed their hours from 24 hours, right?
Yeah.
And everybody was like, "Oh my God, where am I going to go at 2 a.m. to get whatever it is that I need?" And they were like, "Don't come then."
That's it.
We also shop at Walmart.
Yeah.
It's just at the end of the day, it's not going to change. It should. It's just not going to. And
But I can also see, I'm just looking from a different perspective from the Texas Tech coach. It's like you have, multiple teams in Texas and multiple teams in Power 4 in Texas. Mm-hmm. And I'm pretty sure, because I haven't been around Texas, but I'm pretty sure that some of those schools are probably in their territory, stating their claim, SEC, ACC, Big 12, Big 10.
oh yeah, when Coach Sumlin left Houston and went to take over for A&M, when they first went into the SEC, all of a sudden in Houston there were billboards that said this is SEC country.
Correct.
With Texas A&M sign.
Correct.
And also put them up in Austin.
Yeah. So he's saying, okay, if you want to stake your claim over here, let's play. By the ball. Let's see what's what. Because
they don't play each other.
Yeah.
Nobody can claim like true superiority.
Exactly. So let me play you, and then I can stake my claim, or you can stake your claim. Because I don't need you coming over here saying it's SEC country, but you're afraid to pay. No, play me.
That's right.
And the winner, can brag about it for the whole year.
Like we used to.
Yeah.
Or maybe if it goes to 24, as much as people say they don't like it, maybe it will bring these games back because you can afford to lose an extra game or two.
Right.
All the Big 12 coaches say we need more access. So they're all for it. They are. So, well, that was pretty much about Big 12 media days, guys.
I have a couple of things to add.
Shoot.
What you got?
On the Athletic and the Deion beef, I know what it is.
What you got?
So the Athletic has been on Deion's ass and the University of Colorado's ass for the past couple of years. So the Atlantic reported that Deion opted out of NCAA 27 game.
Yeah, it sure did.
They reported that, and Deion was not happy about that information being leaked out. They also did a contract audit. It was an investigative report from the Atlantic that showed that Deion Sanders had been overpaid because they misclassified a bowl game and he collected money. So that Colorado overpaid him. And the Atlantic reported that Deion basically took too much money from the school. So Deion is like mad, obviously. It's not about the Atlantic's lack of reporting. It's about what the Atlantic is uncovering about Deion in Colorado that I think it has Deion on edge about how he keeps finding out all of these things. They also, a couple of years ago, when it was like the mass exodus of Colorado players at the first year of the transfer portal, the Atlantic was the one that wrote that story about all of the biggest transfer portal at Focus started out at Colorado. So he's got beef with them because of him saying these things that are happening. Because he tried to take a shot at their credibility, but the things they're reporting on, valid.
That's right. That was the question. They asked him, they's like, why did you opt out of the game? And he said, I got a team of people that handle that. So if that's the case, it's probably because the money went right.
And that's the thing. The Athletic reported that it wasn't, that he refused to respond and engage with the developers of EA Sports and things like that never even got to the money point.
Oh, wow.
Responding, which has been a common theme when people talk about Deion and Colorado. So last thing I have for the Big 12 Media Day things, I want your guys' opinion on it as well.
Yeah.
I have kind of a read between the lines moment. And the way I looked at these couple of different coaches, I felt like there were some that were comfortable with expectations. And then I felt like there were some that were justifying where their program is. Right. So I think Joey McGuire got a lot of energy talked by him. Chris Hyman at Kansas State, and then Willie Fritz. I feel like those three presented We're here to what? We're here to play. We're here to win. The expectation. I felt like they were comfortable in the moment of saying we're going to be a championship caliber team. On the contrary, I feel like Scott Frost, Dion, Scally, Utah, were justifying, and even a little bit Iowa State, even though he's new. I feel like they were justifying why they aren't at a level that they need to be at. And it was felt like more, I don't want to say excuse driven,
Yeah.
but like if you go back and listen to those three and then listen to the rest, it felt very much so like that we're here to compete for championships. And well, we're not here because of A, B, and C, and D, and these things. Did you guys kind of get that impression as well?
Yeah.
Yeah, I could see that as well. I could. Especially from the teams that you said that were kind of just beating around the bush. And yet you could tell the energy and everything. Because the ones that were there, like they said, we're here to compete. The expectation is to win. It's to win championships. We're going to do that. We're going to build back off of it. And then, yeah, the other teams you could kind of see like, okay, well, some of them didn't even give opening statements.
That's right.
They didn't. I noticed that. And that was kind of odd to me. I'm like, why wouldn't you do an opening statement? You know what I'm saying?
All right. And one last thing, guys. I don't know if he brought it up or not, but I'll just bring it up again about these international games being played. They did bring that up also. There's going to be 2 international games played, one in Dublin and the other one in London, if I'm not mistaken. What do you guys take on those international games on the rise?
Like Matt was saying before with your mark, I think he's thinking outside the box and some forward thinking. I can't remember which coach it was that was talking about it that's going on that trip. And like he said, he's like, there's a reason the NFL does it. If it doesn't make money, then we wouldn't be doing it. So it has to be a big money generator for them and everything for their conference and everything. They did have to give up a home game, which is, I mean, that's fine, you know. But you get the experience too, you know, of going overseas like that. I heard TCU, Sonny Dykes, he said they've been working on it for over a year now, getting everybody passports and stuff like that. So I like it. I do.
I don't think it hurts. I don't think it necessarily helps the game, but I don't think it hurts it. I think it's pretty cool. I mean, if you think about kids that get to go out and see the world and an opportunity they may never get to see, because like Steve said, the school's getting these kids passports. Well, passports don't expire after football.
Right.
Exactly.
These kids get to go see the world, and I think that's pretty neat. Like to go outside and get outside of your culture. The coolest thing about the World Cup, I'm not a soccer guy at all. I find it boring. If I want a good nap, I put it on. That and golf. I can go sleep. Right.
Yeah.
The coolest thing to watch about the World Cup has been the people that have come to America and have kind of discovered our culture and have been like giving feedback or participating or being like, holy cow, this is why you guys are all fat. Like it's, you know, like you keep seeing the different things, but we get to give our athletes that experience too when they get to go abroad. So I think it's a good thing, if nothing else, for the culture exposure. I think it's pretty neat. And I think it's something I would like to see the other conferences, you know, embody as much as the Big 12 is willing to do, because I still feel like there's hesitation because those guys aren't answering to that point.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
One last thing. So I was curious, and I like the sports bet, and obviously I don't think we're supposed to talk about too much of that illegally. I don't know, but anyway, there were 2 teams that had positive movement after media days as far as prediction or betting lines go.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, and it was kind of surprising to me. So the 2 that picked up momentum, everybody else kind of stayed the same. 2 teams' odds kind of slipped backwards a little bit. But the 2 teams that picked up momentum as far as betting odds were Arizona and Baylor.
Yeah,
I can see that.
Their betting odds shifted slightly, but still a shift. Who do you get? There were 2 that went backwards. Who do you guys think that went backwards?
Colorado.
One of them.
Yeah. And
Let me think.
what would be another one? Utah.
No, I don't think Utah. Utah's got a lot of.
I did like the head coach did have some good energy. I liked.
They got good production
They
going
did.
also.
Yeah. Iowa State. I think they're going to take
Iowa
a step
State.
back.
I would say, yeah.
Yep. Colorado and Iowa State were the 2 from the betting perspective that went backwards as far as odds go
Right.
after media days.
I can see that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't get a good warm fuzzy feeling listening to Iowa State's coach. I did. I think he'll do okay. I Matt Campbell, I think, is an okay coach. I don't think he's a great coach. I think he got a job way too big for what his credibility is at Penn State coming up. But I think Matt Campbell figured out Iowa State. And with this guy coming in, I don't know. I just didn't get that same vibe.
I think this guy's going to have a hard time putting processes in place at Iowa State that are going to not knock it off. I think if he does get it there, he's going to have a couple of 4-win seasons first.
Yeah, I can see that.
I'm not going to give him that long because it's been a pretty consistent 8-win program. They're not going to let him go back to 4 wins a couple of seasons in a row like that.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe it's Iowa, but that's it.
Yeah, and I mean, because that was Matt Campbell's thing, 8-4.
That's it.
And he go 8-4 every now and then. He go 10-2, compete for a conference, and then he go 8-4 again.
Yep.
You could put 8-4 on his driver's license. That's his middle name at this point. That's the ceiling.
Yep.
Which is the crazy part to get the job at Penn State, and they wasn't happy with 10-2. You know what I'm saying?
Candidates out there, it's insane.
Yeah, I think they just kind of got themselves in a pickle, and because it took them so long to even get a coach in there, and they had to settle for someone, and so they went with the 84 guy.
And I'm with you though on who was coming up. I was buying what Aranda was selling.
Yep.
I think he's gonna have a good year. I heard a story about Lagway where he said, he felt kind of contained or whatever when he was in Florida, and now he feels more looser and more freer to do and play how he wants to. So I think that's gonna help with his development and everything. And yeah, David Aranda, I was buying what he was selling. I was really excited.
Yeah,
he got me into it listening to him.
It actually put Baylor in the top 5 as far as overall betting odds for the Big 12. They went from 8 to 5th.
Oh wow!
Yeah,
Betting odds, the market says now Texas Tech, Kansas State, Utah, Arizona, and Baylor, and that's after media days. And before that, it was Texas Tech, Kansas State, Utah. Let's see,
Arizona State, maybe.
Yeah,
BYU. Well, BYU in there.
Yeah, TCU and BYU fell out of the top 5.
Oh wow!
I don't know. BYU's been one of the consistent teams, also around 84.
Yeah, well, Arizona and Baylor just increased. BYU just fell out. They maintained their odds, but they fell out of the top 5. They fell back to 7th overall, but they were 5th. So that's the momentum that like you said, people heard some things and they're like, okay, well, we're gonna increase the odds slightly for Arizona and Baylor. It's interesting.
Same thing with Arizona.
It's talking season.
Yeah.
Who can talk the best?
That's it. I don't put a ton of stock into it now. I want the shock moments. Give me the shock and awe.
Exactly. Me too.
We'll get to see Baylor week 1, so we'll see what they got against that Auburn defense.
That's gonna be good.
And a fun fact, real quick, on the Monster thing. I like to keep making jokes about Monster, but one of the top trends on Twitter and Reddit after it was announced, by the way, was Truck Stop Conference was trending. Truck Stop Conference was trending when they announced it. Steve has his energy drink covered up because it's not sponsored. I've got mine. Neither one of them Monster, so that's all I'll say.
I have a cup covered, so don't worry.
There you go.
Yep. Now, I would like to be sponsored by a certain energy drink, and we'll be sure to put you out there and advertise you all the time if you want to give us a sponsor.
That's right. We need somebody to sponsor the hot take segment.
Heck yeah. And we're less than 20 million. Although we'll take 20 million.
Yeah. Well, shit, we'll take $20.
Come on, man. Don't let me do it.
Give me 20. Give me $20 and two of those drinks a day, and shoot, we're golden.
Lifetime supply. Jelly of the Month Club. Let's go.
For real. So yeah, y'all, that was Big 12 Media Days. Like I said, it was a little interesting. A lot of it, like Matt was saying, also to you, and like I was bringing up, you got to read between the lines and try to pay close attention because we ain't gonna get those hot takes. We ain't anymore.
Right.
So, but for everybody, we do got hot takes on this show. So we're gonna go ahead and move on. We have our new full segment that we're gonna do now, and it is the hot take court. Everybody. It is with Judge. Yep, Judge Matty Ice presiding.
Marty Ice.
Yep.
Marty Ice.
Yeah, Marty.
Hear ye,
All
hear ye.
right.
Hear ye, hear ye.
I love it. I love
I
it.
heard about this judge. It's pretty tough.
Hear ye, hear ye. All right.
Let me see some.
Got some interesting takes today for you guys. I'm going to ask y'all about it. And they're Big 12 themed.
Okay.
All right.
Part. So there's a couple that are going to be funny. There's a couple that are going to be serious, but I'm going to jump straight into it, talking about how we kind of finish some of these things in the buzz around Media Day. Being a Houston guy, I'm going to go first here.
All right.
Give you buy or sell first. All right. I remember I'm your honor.
Your honor.
Bonus points. All right.
Dude, I love having the logo up, but I gotta put us back to where it shows all three of us.
That's fine. That's
Because
fine.
you can't really see, everybody can't get the full effect of what we got going on here.
There you go.
There we go.
Back's on. Ready to go. There you go. All right. Steve, buy or sell? Houston is this year's Arizona State.
I'm buying it. I am. I'm gonna buy that.
All right.
And the reason I say that is one thing also to listen to Willie Fritz that people don't realize as well is he does have 2 5-star quarterbacks at that school. He does. He has Connor Wigman coming back, who played really well for him last year, and had what some called or had ranked the #1 quarterback in the country coming out of high school as his backup as a freshman. We got a lot of weapons on offense again. And played good defense. Won 10 games last year, 9 in the regular season. Lost a game we probably shouldn't have. Went to Arizona State and beat them. Got Texas Tech. We'll get that hurdle week 3. So I don't think they'll be as good as they was last season. And yeah, they have a winnable schedule. And I could see them going right back to Dallas where they was earlier this week, playing for a conference championship. And the way it sets up now, you win the conference, you're in the playoff. Let's go, Cougs.
Dude,
As a buyer, are we selling it?
I want to sell so bad.
Let's go.
Let's sell, Steve.
All right, go
Because I want to see multiple opportunities, multiple chances of Armstrong defense. Granted, yeah, he has improved. I think he's kind of found his groove in the conference, but I know what he's capable of not doing. We've seen it multiple years. I think there's some better offenses in this conference right now that he'll be facing. I mean, Arizona's a better offense, I think. Arizona State's pretty solid. But you have Oklahoma State, I think, is going to be a better offense this year. I want to see him up against Oklahoma State and see how he adjusted to fast-paced offenses. 1 year, we've seen that before. A coach do 1 year, he gets an extension. What happens? Fall off track. I want to see this Armstrong do it multiple years. I've seen him at Southern Miss. I've seen him at Florida, and I know at some point the crash is coming.
I like it. Let me ask a clarifying question, Steve, to your original point, if you don't mind. It'll please the court. Okay. How many of those 5-star quarterback recruits can start at one time?
Just the one, Your Honor.
Okay. I'm gonna. Verdict goes to the cell.
But yeah.
See,
But what if that? What?
I'm just kidding. Go ahead.
Yeah.
What if that 5-star quarterback gets hurt? How many other schools have another 5-star to come in?
So what is that 5-star quarterback throwing to also?
Oh shoot, we brought back a lot of stats. Had a good offense coming back.
If you made that sell earlier, then possibly.
Yeah. Let me run through the schedule real quick, and then we'll go through. This is another reason why, right? Oregon State at home.
Does not change the ruling.
No. The ruling, I lost.
For appeal.
There you go.
Yeah. I'm gonna file an appeal, but
Right.
real quick, Oregon State at home, Southern at home, Texas Tech week 3. Like I said, that's a game they gotta get over the hump. At Georgia Southern, whatever. UCF at home, that's a win. At K-State, That could be a tough game, but they can win that one.
It's tough at K-State.
They get Oklahoma State task, but they got to come to Houston.
That's my. But
they gotta come to Houston.
With DC.
Got to go to Utah, which that'll be a tough game.
Mm-hmm.
Cincinnati at home. Got to go to Colorado. That's a win. At West Virginia, that's a win. Baylor at home, they can win that. So they have a reasonable schedule.
Yeah.
They do. Yeah. So, damn, lost that one. All right.
That's all right. That's all right. Got an opportunity.
Next up.
There's opportunity. Let's go.
All right. I'm gonna we'll go to Taz first on this one. Hot take number 1 of this one. All right. It's not a buy or sell.
Okay.
Big 12 is officially the most entertaining conference in college football.
Sell.
All right.
Sell. I sell it outside of what I'm saying. Outside of entertaining schools, I see possibly Utah, who's returning good quarterback play, running back. Morris at Oklahoma State, they'll be entertaining. But outside of that, I don't see a whole lot of excitement in the conference. I see names, but I don't see production. I'm looking across Steve's 5-star quarterback. But outside of that, well, there's only one starting. The other one's just a name right now. He's a backup. But outside of that, I don't see a lot of excitement. I don't see a lot of excitement on the defense side of the ball. Outside of Texas Tech, which is pretty solid on defense. But yeah, I don't see a whole lot of excitement all the excitement been done in preseason with Sorsby and energy drinks, and unless you're gonna bring some more, advertising in. That's
Well, in all fairness, and I think Steve's probably going to jump on the buy on this because in all fairness, I didn't say the best, said the most entertaining, which when you start putting Monster and you got Sorsby and you got Kansas flying on brooms to overseas, like you got some entertainment there. So I hear you make a case, Steve.
So is that part of the season, or is this the off season? Are you including all season with season?
Entertaining conference, most entertaining conference.
Oh, for the year. I'm thinking for the football season. You didn't say that.
Well, I didn't have to. Listen, that's your job to ask clarifying questions. It's not mine.
Most entertaining. No, I'm still gonna say there won't be, because I'll put Lane with Ole Miss as more entertaining. I think. I think the SEC would be probably more entertaining than, and I think the Big Ten would be more entertaining. Well, go ahead. You go ahead and do your thing, Steve.
I'm
What say
buying.
ye? All right.
I'm buying all day long. I'll double up on Saturday.
Yeah.
Most entertaining? Most definitely. Definitely most entertaining. I mean, look what we got here. We got Dion. Dion's always entertaining, whether you like it or not.
Entertaining year 1. How about year 2?
He's still entertaining. People tune in to watch and listen.
But was it entertaining?
Yes, it's in it. How you gotta let me make my case.
What was entertaining? What was
Order.
Oh, my bad. Go.
We got innovative offenses. We do. Sonny Dykes going to spread the ball around, throw it around. You got Oklahoma State bringing up Eric Morris. They're going to score a lot of points. You got great defenses in Utah and BYU. You got some of the best quarterbacks in the country, hands down, that's returning. You do. And this is America's conference, y'all. This is America's conference. Why? Because.
Why is a great damn question.
Why? Because who's going to win this? Can any of y'all distinctively right now say who is the head and shoulders favorite of the Big 12?
Nope.
Exactly. Why? So what does that mean?
I'll say they paid more.
Whatever. But that means there's going to be 8-9 teams that's going to be playing for this conference championship game. There's going to be all these teams that's going to be playing for something. And here's a stat that y'all might not know. Did you know that they were the closest games and point differential conference of any conference in America? Their games are more closer, which makes them more entertaining. We got more characters. We got explosive offenses, great defenses, good head coaches, some of the best quarterbacks in the country, and the closest point differential. And no one knows who's going to win.
Let me ask you this question. Can I ask a question, Your Honor?
You may.
Okay. Who would you say was more entertaining last year, the Big 12 or the MAC?
The Big 12, hands down.
The MAC.
The MAC.
The MAC came down to last season. The MAC was more entertaining.
The MAC did come down to the
The
very
MAC was
end.
more entertaining than the
Yeah.
Big 12.
Well, so Conference USA, but
Right. But the question was more entertaining. I think other conferences
exactly.
are more
And
entertaining.
the Sorsby thing. I mean, come on, everybody watch that. I lost sleep over
It's
it.
not over yet. Georgia can have more arrest incidents.
Oh, that
They
just
will.
ain't even entertaining anymore. That's just the status quo. Like it's an off season once Georgia players start getting arrested.
Okay, you can. I'm gonna make my argument continue. I would take the Lane saga because that's part of the season. I would take the Lane saga with Ole Miss. Ole Miss had an argument with Clemson. They went and took their player while their player was in class. I would take some of those arguments more than I would take the Big 12 with Sorsby gambling. Or
Because you know who shut all that up and nobody was talking about that mess anymore? When Sorsby started betting on his own teams.
it happened afterwards.
Come on, you got to give this one to me.
All right.
Nothing else mattered.
Judge is ready to rule.
Go ahead and rule, Judge.
Nothing else mattered.
And what? And here, honestly, this is what I was looking for. It's the Big 12 is unpredictable. Like you can't predict the Big 12, which makes it more entertaining, in my opinion. Because again, I am the judge, so all things are right.
You're Judge.
But I honestly, like, I can't tell you a clear favorite because I don't think it's Texas Tech at this point. Honestly, I think that they're either going to win it or they're going to be 8-4. Like, there's no ifs, ands, or buts. And I think that the potential Big 12 champion has 2 losses anyway. Like, because it's just anybody's race. So I do have to side with the bye on this one because I do think it's just too unpredictable, and that makes it entertaining. Now, I will say you almost lost it when you said it's America's conference.
It
He
is.
should have lost.
You almost lost that one. That
It's
one.
in the heartland of America. It spreads
Yeah.
all the way up the East Coast and the mountains of West Virginia and the cornfields of Iowa
But
State.
how about if
To the south and
with it being the
Texas.
most entertaining, how many eyes would be on the Big 12?
They'll get a decent amount of views. That's why they play on Friday night.
But who's gonna know it's entertaining outside of the few people that's watching it? There'll be more eyes on the other conferences than they will the Big 12.
That's
We'll hear
media
about the Big
bias.
12.
That's media bias.
But
If you listen to Commissioner, they're going to have multiple teams in the playoffs this year. So
I wouldn't go that far.
well, we'll watch. We'll see how many viewerships there are with the Dublin and the London games.
I bet they finished third
Third where?
and conferences watched. I bet they have a higher viewership at the end of the year than the ACC.
I don't know. You got Miami coming.
That's it.
Yeah, but it's gonna be much watch TV because they're playing Old Notre Dame also. It's gonna be a heck of a game to watch.
Oh well, yeah. But I'm saying overall viewership.
I'm going to argue one last point. I did already
Sure.
rule. So I really
No, you rule. You good.
But if you're talking about America's conference, I'm going to bring the MAC back up based on geography again and the Sun Belt. Don't forget the Sun Belt, right? If you want to go based on geography. Also, 2 conferences that could go anywhere. So
Yeah.
maybe not as entertaining, but
Yeah.
all right, here we go. What I got a few more.
Okay, shoot.
We're going to kind of loosen the mood up a little bit. Here we go. I'm going to come to you, Taz, on this one. You guys are tied up 1-1.
Okay.
Utah has the most pressure this year in the Big 12. You buying or you selling?
I'm selling. I don't think they have the most pressure. Because one is I think they have a new coach, a new head coach that stepped in for Willingham. Because you always get a grace period with a head coach. 2 is I think he has a lot of production coming back. He had a starting quarterback. He had a starting running back coming back. He had a starting kick returner, which was a heck of a kick returner last year. And they have defensive players returning. So I don't think that there's a whole lot of pressure on him. There is some pressure because they want him to stabilize it and to do what Willingham did every year. But I think there's some teams that's got more pressure on them this year. One we mentioned earlier was Dave Aranda. I think Dave Aranda needs to hit this year. You got a previous 5-star quarterback. They're looking for production. You got a quarterback that said he was handicapped at the previous school and he's playing free now. So teams are going to be looking for him to play free now. If he doesn't play free and play like he did before, I think there's more pressure on him. I think Dion. Dion is what, third, fourth year after his son. We want to see what Dion can do outside of his son and Travis Hunter. Well, he hadn't done much after Travis Hunter. He himself said, media day, this is the best group of coaches he's ever had since he's been a head coach. We're going to see if this is the best group of coaches that you had since you're the head coach. This is what, it's like his third OC that he's brought in. Yep. The go-go offense, they're looking for the go-go offense to produce. The go-go offense better produce. If it don't produce, and you have another 4-win season, 5-win season, there's pressure. Okay? Let's choose another team out there. Texas Tech. Texas Tech. Let's see what they do without Thorsby. This is see. If they lose 4 games without Thorsby, you don't think that's pressure? I think it's pressure for the team to win. I don't think it's pressure on the head coach. But I think it's pressure on the team itself to go out and win and produce after all this chaos that they converted themselves. Let's see what Texas Tech do. If you don't produce, there's going to be pressure on Texas Tech. And that may be it. I'm trying to see if there's any other team that's pressure, because there's a lot of teams that right now, you got new head coaches. Like Oklahoma State, there's no pressure there. Iowa State, there's some pressure. I mean, you want him to come and kind of stabilize what Matt Campbell did before. But sometimes, like I said, year one, with all the turnover, Matt Campbell took a bunch of his players. They're kind of unstable. You're going to get a great period year one. Outside of year one, next year, oh, yeah, there's going to be some pressure. So I think those few examples alone clears Utah.
Damn.
Steve, you want to take a shot at it? I think that's it pretty.
I mean, I don't have much pushback on that. I do have one kind of thought about it. I don't feel that Dion has as much pressure, even though the wins isn't really there, because of what Colorado was before he got there and the revenue he generates and is brought to that city and that university. That's the only thing I got on that. But outside of that, like I said, Dion can coach there as long as he wants. They can go 4-8 every year. They win. They want what did they have before, and what are they gonna get now? I mean, they ain't had a good coach since Coach McCartney back in the 90s.
Right. I think,
and none of them brought revenue in. None of them made people turn on the TV. Yeah. None of them had a personality. So I don't think Dion has that much pressure on him. You make good points for all the other schools. So I really ain't got nothing.
Yeah, I got one more thing.
Good Lord.
The thing is, I don't want to pile on Steve. It's just the fact that he don't think Dion's got pressure. I think it's pressure because, yeah, he put the revenue as far as them first coming in, but once the losses continue to pile up, you're going to lose support, and you won't have that revenue coming in like you did before. And when the revenue drop, but your pay is still the same, we're still paying you $5+ million or whatever. Then we got to make a change, because we're going to start losing money if you're not producing, and you continue to hiring new coaches. So we got to pay these coaches off to bring a new coach in and pay him a decent amount of money. I'm quite sure that go-go offensive coordinator costs a pretty bit to leave his head coaching job to come to Colorado.
Oh yeah, I mean, he made good money. He did, but like I said, it's Boulder, Colorado. I mean, I've always loved that stadium. Ever since I was young, I've always wanted to go check it out. It's just awesome right there in the Rocky Mountains. You watch Ralphie run out on the field. But on-field success, they haven't had it in 20 years, 30 years. And like I said, none of them, unless you was a fan of Colorado, from Colorado, or an alumni, made you turn on the TV to watch Colorado, unless they was playing your favorite team. So, like I said, I don't think Dion has that much pressure on him. Like I said, he'll coach there as long as he wants, or until this Florida State job opens up, but they come and get him.
Florida State don't want him.
Shit, they ought to take him.
They don't want him.
They should.
They're going to have to pay him more than they're having to pay Norville, and just giving money. We've gladly given money back to the college.
Yeah, you ain't lying.
Yeah, he ain't producing right now. So.
Yeah. All right, next take, Your Honor.
Right, we got one more buy or sell, then we're going to go to quick hot takes. After this one, I'm going to give you a topic, and you have to come up with your answer on your own. It's not a buy or sell one. So,
gotcha.
Right, here we go. Last one. The Big 12 will produce a Heisman finalist this year. And Steve, I'm coming to you. You buying or you selling?
I'm buying that.
Let's see how high you are on your 5-star quarterback. Go ahead.
I don't know if it'll be Connor Wigman, but I'm buying it just because they're going to put up a lot of these awards are stat driven, and they're going to put up a lot of stats. There's going to be a lot of
entertaining conference.
exactly America's Conference. Trademark
there
it.
you go. Lots of points.
He fell for it.
Fell for it. Baited. My gavel turned into a fishing line. Baited.
But no, I think there can be. I do, just because, like I said, it's a stats driven award. It is a lot of the time. And if you got, let's say, like a DJ Lagway, let's just say, for example, because we talked about him earlier, Baylor goes 12-1. DJ Lagway throws for 3,000 yards and runs for another 1,200 and has about 30, 40 touchdowns. He'll be in New York. He will. You know what I'm saying? I mean, that quarterback, Messermaker at Oklahoma State, he led the country in passing yards last year as a true freshman. He gets up to Oklahoma State, does it against the Big 12, throw for 4,500 yards, 45 touchdowns, about 9-10 interceptions, and Oklahoma State goes from 1-11 to 10-2. He could be there. So I can buy that they can, just because they're going to put up numbers. They are. And whoever comes out winning the Big Ten, if they put up big numbers, they'll get a trip to New York.
Interesting.
Very interesting. I'm selling. I don't think they'll have a. I don't think they'll have a guy. I mean, Messermaker probably your best opportunity of quarterbacks. Like I said, Connor Wigman, he does pretty well, but you don't know what's coming back at Texas Tech. And normally this award lately has been a quarterback driven award. So I'm looking at the quarterbacks in this conference, and I don't see a top tier guy. Like I said, Messermaker, I saw him the last time I saw him was against Tulane in the conference championship. And like I said, they pretty stifled him there. He made some plays later in the game, but Tulane was the team that lost. They only brought back 5 players from the previous season, and they lost the game against Tulane. You can imagine if Tulane would have brought back their roster. I mean, it would have been a wipeout. So we don't know how Oklahoma State, with them moving from the group of 5, it could be a Cincinnati, but it could be not, to where their defensive line, the offensive line hold up. And that's the biggest thing right now in question with them is the defense. So if Messermaker, if he loses to it, not him, but the team loses 3 or 4 games, he'll be out of the quarterback race. He won't even be mentioned. So I'm selling, considering all the other quarterbacks around the conference for the most part is quarterback driven. You have Malachi Tony, I think, is going to be mentioned. I think you're going to have Jeremiah Smith is going to be mentioned. You got a guy like what's his name? Oregon, not Oregon. I'm sorry. Well, Oregon does have a quarterback, but I'm thinking Ole Miss quarterback is going to be in there. Arch Manning is going to be in there. It's so many opportunities. I mean, even Sam Levitt, if he comes back healthy, with Lane Kiffin, he's probably going to be mentioned in it. So I don't see anybody that's going to overtake some of those top guys. Even the guys that look at the Notre Dame is going to have a quarterback that's going to be in there. I even mentioned Kyron Lacey that's going to be in there. So I think it's going to be too many people ahead of them that they'll have a guy in the quarterback race. They might be like mentioned during a game or something, first, second season, but I don't think they're going to have a true opportunity to win it.
Your Honor. No, I want to put on the books and the record right now that this is 100% him being SEC biased.
No, I mentioned Notre Dame.
Yes, it is.
I mentioned Notre Dame. I mentioned Jeremiah Smith.
Mm-hmm. And then who else?
No, I mentioned hold on. It was somebody else. Malachi Tony.
You got it. Okay.
But I mentioned guys outside.
You named 87 SEC players.
Yeah,
you did everything to duck and dodge. Let me tell y'all something about.
Who's in the preseason?
Okay. Look, check this out. We want to talk about being a finalist. No, hold on. We want to talk about being a finalist. Jacob Rodriguez last year for Texas Tech finished 5th in the Heisman voting. He was only 100 points behind Julian Sayin from getting the invite.
Last year.
He finished higher than Jeremiah Smith last year.
Yeah, but that's last year.
So you're saying there's no chance that a Big 12 school can get a Heisman final when they had a linebacker they damn near sent to New York?
Yeah.
And you don't think the offenses are better this year?
At Texas Tech?
No, and the Big 12 in general.
No, I don't think they're better.
Just like you said, just like you try to cancel out Messermaker at Oklahoma State if he loses 2-3 games. Okay, same thing. What if Sam Levitt comes back and LSU ain't as good as what they're supposed to be and they end up losing? What if Ole Miss gets the break speed off of them in 3 or 4 games? What if this tough ass schedule Ohio State got this year and they end up losing 3 games? Or where's Arch Manning fall in the Heisman talk when he loses to Ohio State in week 2?
Yeah, but you're talking a lot of what ifs.
You was too.
No, I didn't mention if. The guys I mentioned, if you check the preseason books, who's in there? Is Arch Manning preseason?
Yeah, he was last year too, and they were preseason number 1 last year also.
But are they
Do they know what
preseason
they're
guys?
talking
Is
about?
Malachi Tony preseason?
Yeah.
Okay, so I only called out the guys that produced.
You also did anything you could to talk down on my teams and
No,
my
I didn't.
players. Yes, you did.
All right.
No.
All right, I'm ready. I'm ready to roll
You need
here.
the rule on it.
This is getting out of hand. All right, this is getting out of hand. I almost don't want to roll on this because one of you two is going to go off on a rant here, but I have to go with the sell as well. And now here's why.
The hell with this. I'll take it to the Supreme Court.
See this wig? This is the Supreme Court. All right, we can't go out in this. All right,
We're gonna have to break it a second opinion.
that's fine. And all we kind of have to. And here's why. Like if you look at the Big 12 historically with Heisman finalists going back to the last, 15 years or so. Before obviously Travis Hunter, Cam Scott there, right? 24. Do you know in the current Big 12, the last time current Big 12? So if we look at what it looks like now, from one of those schools, the last time a Heisman finalist was represented from the Big 12 before Travis Hunter, you know what year it was?
A finalist?
Yep, in the current Big 12.
The current Big 12.
Yep. Well, that's what we're talking about, right? Not last year.
Yeah.
2014, Marcus Mariota.
They're in the Big 10.
But in the current Big
Current.
12,
Yeah, they're in the Big 10. He came from Oregon. Mariota?
oh yeah, you're right. You're
Yeah,
right.
he was. That dude follow back.
No, you're right. You're right.
Shut up, Ted.
I looked at it wrong.
You tried to help me. You tried to
I was
give
looking
me
at the
14.
previous. I was looking at the previous winners. My bad.
What was it? It had to be with
Crabtree
no,
or Graham Harrell?
no. I don't think it.
Finalists, it had to been, well, Oklahoma ain't there no more.
Yeah. Oklahoma had several.
Yeah.
Max
Uh-huh.
Dugan.
Justin Blackman,
Yeah.
maybe.
Yeah.
He was good.
Yeah, he
I'm
was
gonna
a beast.
also throw my SEC bias out there and say that Ahmad Hardy is going to be an SEC Heisman finalist.
What? See, I didn't think. See, I didn't use Hardy, and I didn't use the Florida guy. I didn't. Good. I tried to be fair to you.
You did the right thing. You did. Listen,
Yeah.
you
yeah,
won the
that's
argument.
it. Yeah.
And if to me it was a well structured argument because you're absolutely right.
Yeah.
All right, here we go. Hot takes. Hot takes. All right, Coach. This is going to be Coach Hot Take, and you guys have to come up with your own. All right, I'm going to put you on the spot. Let's see how quickly we can come on the spot here. All right, which coach gets the first contract extension in the Big 12 this year, and who is on the hottest seat by Halloween? So I'm going to give y'all just a second or so.
Which one?
You
Which
said the
one?
extension?
You want one, Taz, and I take one?
Yeah, it's up to you.
Yep. I'm going to give – so, Steve, I'm going to give you the extension,
Okay.
and Taj, you'll get the hot seat.
Mm.
Whoever can make the best case for their position will get the ruling on this one. Then we got like 3 more that's going to be
Okay.
really funny. But all right, Steve, who gets the first contract extension?
Arizona. I'm gonna go outside the box on this one. I think Arizona's gonna have a great year this year. I do. I think they're gonna come in. They have a chance to win 8, 9, maybe even 10 games. They got their quarterback back. I think he'll come out, exceed all expectations, and that he'll end up getting his contract extension by the end of the year, because his name's going to start popping up, because there's a lot of good coaches around the country on hot seats, and Arizona is a great school. I don't know if some would call it a destination school, like a true blue blood, but I could see him peeping around the corner, looking at other schools, and coming off about a 9-win season that they come in and Arizona ties them, locks them up. One, because you got Dillingham over at Arizona State. So you got a good one. You can't let Arizona State get ahead of you. And I think that he'll end up getting a contract extension.
All right. Which one do you think gets the hot seat by Halloween?
Scott Frost.
First year, second year.
Yeah, I think by Halloween though, I think Scott Frost coming off a 2-7 season in that conference. I think Scott Frost is in a similar situation like he was in Nebraska. They brought him in thinking he was the guy to turn things around. He was the savior of the program. He had it rolling at UCF before he left, but then he goes to Nebraska to be the savior and couldn't quite get it done. And so UCF said, hey, this is our opportunity to bring him back. And we can rekindle what we had before. And he hadn't been able to rekindle anything at UCF. Actually, you know what? This is probably one of the last teams you even think about right now in the Big 12. I mean, you probably consider Oklahoma State's probably better. Maybe down with Iowa, I would assume. But Scott Frost hadn't been able to get any traction since coming back to UCF.
I think Judge got a hidden agenda on this one.
No.
I do.
He may. I don't
because
know.
I got one for him. And I think I know why he said Halloween.
Why would I say Halloween?
I think that Lance LaPoy.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
Yeah. I mean, you look at their schedule.
Go on.
Yeah, you look at their schedule. I mean, Long Island at first. That's a cupcake game.
Win.
Yeah, but they get Missouri at home, which they'll lose that one. They got to play Arizona State across the pond, which is going to be a hard game, especially coming off right after that game. They get a bye. They get MTSU, but they got to go to Utah, to K-State, and against a Baylor team that Dave Aranda might be at the same time coaching for his job. And then on Halloween, they get to go to TCU on the road.
And
So
it's on Halloween, correct?
correct. That is on
I may
Halloween.
have a hidden agenda. I may not. But
You're a Missouri guy.
yeah, so I'm gonna give this. I'm ready to roll. I'm gonna give it to Steve because he did the homework.
Hey, it works. It worked for Texas Tech. You just get the judge.
A team coming off a two-win season, he would be on the hot seat before.
He just got there though. He did. Lance, because even Lance, if you watch media
Who just
day,
got there? Scott Frost?
yeah, he just got back there. Yeah.
I know. But he had to rekindle. They expected him to win right away.
Yeah, I didn't see he didn't wear his national championship ring the media day. I was checking that.
I mean, he's in the state of Florida. Look, you even said it for yourself. Look where Lance is recruiting, and look where Scott Frost is recruiting.
Oh yeah, but I mean, if you
What's
look,
in Lawrence, Kansas, Steve?
well, nothing but Foreman.
Who has a better opportunity, Lawrence, Kansas in recruiting, or Florida, Central Florida?
And listening to
Who
us.
has a better recruiting base?
I did heard that the tower for the press box in Kansas is the tallest building in the city.
Who has a better
I'll
recruiting
be able to
base?
verify that.
Lawrence, Kansas, or Central Florida?
No, I mean Central Florida does, but damn, you can't come in after 1 year and get fired. I mean, it is Central Florida.
Yes, you can. I've seen coaches get fired after 1 year.
Well, that's bad. That's how they end up in this.
Willie didn't get 2 years.
Willie ain't get 18 games. That was ridiculous.
Where was Willie? In the state of Florida.
Yeah, but that has there was some undertones involved in that.
But you're in the state of Florida recruiting.
There's There's a huge love affair with UCF and Scott Frost, though, that I don't think he gets fired in that second year.
Well, I think the pressure's on him because the thing was for him to come back and rekindle what he did before, and he has gotten no traction. South Florida has done better than Central Florida. South Florida head coach got a Power 4 job based on what he did at South Florida in a lesser conference.
But look what he came into. It wasn't like they were.
It's not about what he.
He's
He's right down the road from him. He's in Tampa.
I know, I get that, but I'm saying what Scott Frost took over wasn't like he took over this great. Like he left it. He didn't get it back the way he left it.
What did Alec Goldis take over?
South Florida wasn't good either. I'm not saying
But
that.
what were they when he left?
They were great. And then
My
Brian
point.
Hartline stepped in. What was Central Florida when Scott Frost showed back up?
Yeah, but
Nothing.
Scott Frost
Scott
had
Frost left them good and great. Came back, left for a little bit, came back and said, you know what, I'll take it back. And they ran it in. It's like he gave them the keys to a
that
Ferrari,
was the Scott Frost,
and they never
decision.
changed the damn oil.
They didn't
He
fire
gets
Scott,
back, now the damn
but
thing
they
won't
didn't
start.
fire Scott Frost. Scott Frost, he decided to leave.
Yeah, so did Alec Golish.
Yeah, and but Alan, look, who had the most to work with? They had about the same to work with. Look, Alan Gold had a promotion, a head coach at a Power 4 job.
Correct.
Right.
Yeah.
And Scott Frost
like
comes back after going to another Power 4 school.
that Golish
NFL.
was there. I didn't say he was good in Nebraska.
Yeah, but you got the same recruiting base.
Either way, like I said, Lance LaFoy, he is whatchamacallit.
He won 4 games.
you listen-
Scott Frost won 2 in the
No,
conference.
but listen, like we was talking about earlier, if you would listen to him in media days and they asked him, no coach has had a winning record after his 6th season at Kansas. What makes it different? And he kind of brushed around and beat around the bush on because now the expectation is set so high. That's why it is. Goes back to that. The expectations is set so high. And like I said,
We'll keep an eye on the hot take and see who's on the hot seat
The
first.
world's smallest
All right.
violin playing for the University of Kansas right now.
Lawrence, Kansas versus Central Florida.
Well,
hey,
that was a good one. All right, here we go. All right, this is going to be a mascot related question about the
Wait.
Big 12. All right.
can I say something real quick?
Yeah.
Did y'all see in the introductions that all the mascots was at Big 12 Media Days? Right before they came out, they brought out 2 cheerleaders, played the fight song, and had the mascot out there. That was
Pretty
awesome.
cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, I liked it. I think all of them should do it.
Most
Yep.
entertaining conference.
Yep. I'll say it again. I'll hashtag it. Yep.
All right.
Nope. What you
All right, here we
got?
go. This is a mascot. When you think about the mascots in the Big 12, okay?
All right.
Which mascot would be the worst roommate to live with?
Eesh.
And
The
I cannot
worst?
read on this one because I obviously have a worse one, and it's not going to be swaying my. You guys all know, like judges are bought and paid for all over this country, so you know, like, sometimes your answers do influence. But
Well, yeah, I mean, I wouldn't like to listen to a bird chirping all night long in a cage, but worst one that I think would be the hardest one to live with probably be Ralphie. That's a big ass buffalo. I mean, where you keep them? You know what I'm saying? And I do have a funny mascot story after this, though, that I'll tell y'all. But yeah, I mean, you look at them, there's a lot of dangerous animals in the Big 12. There is. You got, hell, who wants to be a roommate with the devil? I mean,
God, this is really the best conference for this question.
that would kind of suck. Yeah, I think the hardest one to live with, animal wise, I mean, all of them pack heat. So don't piss off the wrong one. But I would say probably the one that'd be the hardest to try to get a roommate with, I go with Ralphie. Just because
He's
it's
also probably going to take a crap in the living room.
exactly, and he's gonna run around and a bull in the china shop, a buffalo in the living room,
Yeah.
and I bet they stink. Oh my god, I bet a buffalo stinks.
That's a good point. Good point. What about you, Taz? What do you think?
I would say probably a horn frog. First of all, I was thinking to myself, where's the horn frog? But check this. A horn frog, also called a Pac-Man frog, make a loud explosive honk or a throating grunt sound all night. Roommate. We would have to live with a horn frog all night grunting, making loud noises. Would you imagine this horn frog if he drinks, if he gets drunk and all night, that's all he does is grunt?
I'll give bonus points if you can mimic the sound of a horned frog right now.
Oh my, really?
Oh man,
I'm taking those points away.
The most annoying to live with would be a horn frog.
Yeah, you wouldn't want to hear that all night.
Not all night.
I'm going with the horn frog.
I'm going to horn frog.
That buffalo's eventually going to get tired.
So here's a funny story about mascots real quick. So, West Virginia, the Mountaineer, right? They actually did a story about this in the New York Times or the New York Post. I heard this when I was listening to something. And back when they were in the Big East, they played the Big East basketball tournament at Madison Square Garden. Well, they end up following because his is a Mountaineer. He carries a big old musket, gun, everything, shoots it off 9-10 times at football games. Did you know he walked through New York City and they let him in Madison Square Garden with a loaded gun? And no one said anything.
That's crazy.
Yeah. He had it in media days. I guess you just dress up like a woodsman. You just walk whatever the hell you want. But yeah, I'll have to look up that story and get it and read through it or whatever. But I heard him talking about, they followed him around for like 3 days. He just walked around Manhattan with a musket and walked right into Madison Square Garden. No one said anything.
That's insane.
I wouldn't stop him. With him guys walking in with a musket.
I got 2 more to close us out.
All right. Yeah, we got like 39 minutes that we got left.
These are will be way less than I promised. These are kind of superlative questions. So you've got 11 teams in the Big 12 that are playing FCS schools this year. Which one is most likely to lose to an FCS opponent this year?
That's a good one.
That's a good question.
So Arizona State plays Morgan State.
Yeah. Oh, you already got it? Okay.
No, I'm just going team by team to see who plays who.
All right. So here's the ones that do not: West Virginia, Houston, Cincinnati, Colorado, Oklahoma State, and TCU do not play FCS opponents.
Okay. Team most likely to lose
Yep.
out of those that don't.
So, anyone that do. So the ones that do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let me see. Looking at who they play. I would have to go. I'm gonna go out on a limb on here. I'm gonna go with Iowa State. Play Southeast Missouri.
Yeah, that's what I was looking at.
Yeah. UCF gets Bethune, and I don't think Bethune will beat them. I don't. Utah gets Idaho from Moscow, Idaho. They used to be D1, but now they're D2. But I don't see them going up there and winning that game. K-State and Nichols, nah. I don't see that one. Kansas plays Long Island, but Long Island, I can't see that. Baylor and Prairie View, no. I mean, they'll lose the Battle of the Band. Baylor will to Prairie View. Prairie View got an awesome band. Utah Tech, BYU. I think BYU's a little too solid. Northern Arizona. I'm buying Arizona this year, so I can't really go with that one. And then Morgan State, Arizona State. I'd probably have to go with Iowa State, Southeast Missouri. Because I think I've heard something about them out of FCS or whatever.
SEMO has been a FCS playoff team.
Yeah. Yeah, that's where I probably heard of them.
That was a lesser school that I was looking at.
Yeah, so I could see that. Let's see what they end up averaging. 23 points a game last year. They did. They don't have much for them statistically when I'm looking them up. But yeah, I can see that. And they get a tune-up game before that. They play at Indiana State.
That's right.
That gives me bonus points.
It does.
Yeah.
Taz, what you got?
I mean, that was a lesser school I was looking at. Was Iowa State.
Yeah.
I don't see anybody else. I definitely want to say this one. They're not FCS, so. No, I'm not gonna say it. No, I'm not gonna say it. It's not FCS.
Oh,
Okay.
All
All right, just know
right.
that.
6.
That's a good one. I think,
There's a push.
yeah, we're going to push on that one.
All right.
Yeah.
All right. Which team is most likely to blow a 21-point lead this season in the Big 12?
A lot of them.
Okay.
Just because they got high scoring offenses.
He said most likely. Let's see what we got.
Most likely to blow a 21-point lead? Does that mean they got to get a 21-point lead?
Yep, they're up 21. Who's most likely to blow it? These are obviously like superlative hot take questions, but
I got, in that sense, man, looking at it, I hate to say it, but I would have to say Colorado. I would. I think Colorado's all right. I'm not 100% sold on them. And being new and what they got, I could see them jumping out on a team because they got their quarterback back. And looking at these defenses for these other schools in the Big 12, because they do play defense in the Big 12, y'all. They do. And I couldn't see them, other defenses, blowing a 24-point lead or 21-point lead. I couldn't.
okay.
Because I'm not, like I said, plus I could see him blowing a 21-point lead because I still don't know if they're going to have any running game this year. Like I said, quarterback will be better. He said last year he was just out there playing ball, wasn't reading defenses or nothing, just playing backyard football. And he said, put a big emphasis on watching film this year. Yeah, that's pretty cool. That's kind of what you're supposed to do. So I can see Colorado blowing the 21-point lead.
I'll take a wild take. I'll say Baylor. I say Baylor. Baylor hosts TCU this year. I can see Baylor coming out being on fire at home against TCU, but I can also see the offense sputtering with Ladway at some point. I've seen him throw like 5-6 interceptions in a game.
I think Dave Aranda got the balls to pull him though.
He may. But then again, you go with your backup. So if you're starting him based off of what? Are you basically starting him off of experience? Or because you're paying him? That means that backup's not getting, which he may be better. I don't know. But that backup's not getting a lot of first team reps either. So to come into a game where TCU has gotten the momentum from a 21-point lead, I think it'll be tough for a backup to hold it. But I can see Baylor giving it up to TCU because I think TCU is a fairly good team in the Big 12, to where I can see the offense sputtering at some point with Lagway. So I'll take TCU because I think it will be a team that's gonna get up 21, but probably gonna be at home, and then I can see the other team, the visiting team, getting momentum and coming back from that 21-point lead.
Hell, I ain't know he's picking games.
Well, no, but you said the most likely because I'm thinking there's a team that's most likely going to be home that's going to get up versus a team on the road that's going to get up. That's just my take.
Listen, that's Steve being upset because you gave better detail. All right, I will tell you, I had two teams that I thought as my answer, and one of them was Baylor, the other was UCF.
Yeah.
Yeah, why didn't you go with 2 wins Scott Frost has?
Well, I don't know if he's going to get up at 21.
I think the game that they do it is actually September 19th, Georgia State.
Yeah.
Because the question is not do they lose the game, but do they blow a 21-point lead?
Right.
Oh, I had them losing.
But we did a take on Georgia State also. They lost a lot. Yeah.
But that if it's any, they should win that game, obviously. But if there's a team, honestly, like I agree with 2 wins Scott Frost, I think that there's a couple of games on there they potentially, get up. It's not going to be against Bethune-Cookman September 3rd, the first game, right? It's not going to be that game.
Right.
It's going to be a tough game for UCF. I think they'll lose that game. I know we're not picking games, Steve. I don't want to upset you. I am the judge, though.
I do got one, though.
What's that?
I'm looking at week 1 at Piedmont Park. I think Colorado jumps up early on our boy at Georgia Tech. And Georgia Tech puts that weight on them and leans on them.
I think Georgia Tech wins that game.
I do too.
Yeah, but I don't know if Colorado's going to get up 21.
I don't know.
That's my take.
They could.
They could. But I can see.
Go ahead.
No, I can see a Baylor team because I've seen Baylor get hot at times and get up on teams, but I could see the game settling down and letting TCU hang around and Sonny Dykes putting something together and coming back and win that game.
Sonny Dykes gonna have a good offense. Yeah. He always gonna be in the game with that offense.
Yeah.
He is.
All right, last one.
All right.
Last one. Here we go. Most likely to have the fan base calling for the backup quarterback by week 3.
Houston.
Why? You have another 5-star?
Because we got a true friend. No, and it's not going to be for anything bad. I don't think it's going to be for anything bad Connor Wigman does. I don't. I think they're going to put the freshman in there in packages, and I think he's going to shine. And fan bases are fanatics. They ain't going to care about winning the game or none of that. I feel like he's going to play a little bit early. He is. At Oregon State, he'll get in late. All right, cool. They'll let him play a little bit. Southern, he'll probably play a half, so he'll shine against the FCS school.
They are losing that band matchup too, though.
Exactly. Oh yeah, they did too. They did. That was my first game at U of H was against Southern. That's the only band. Yeah, hands down.
Everybody. Yep.
Best band. And then what's going to end up happening is week 3 they're going to go to Texas Tech. That freshman's going to come in. He's going to make the plays to win that game. And after week 3, they're going to be calling for that freshman to be playing. It ain't going to be nothing that Connor Wigman does negatively. I'm not saying he's going to play bad. I'm just saying that freshman's going to have that extra little tick that nobody's really preparing for or looking into. And after week 3, after they go up to Lubbock and win that game, everybody's going to want that freshman because they're going to look at, I got 3 years with this kid. Let's do this now. Connor Wigman, he's been around for 18 years or whatever, and he's on his last year. So, yep, I'm going to go with Houston. My second 5-star quarterback's going to get in.
I'm going to have another take. I'm going with Colorado, of course. Isaac Wilson transferred from Utah. Yeah, I think because I don't think Houston's going to have a bad season to the point where Wiggum will be pulled or anything. I think they'll be in a lot of games, especially if they beat Texas Tech.
Oh yeah, that's why I say it won't be nothing negative.
Yeah, I don't think they'll pull him, but I think that Colorado's going to struggle. I think they're going to struggle some games. They win maybe win 3-4 games or whatever, maybe 5. And they're going to be calling for Julian Lewis because the expectation for Julian Lewis is to take him an extra step this year after he started last year. And once he don't take that next step and win some games they think they should win, or Colorado get blown out at home, they're going to be calling for the backup quarterback. You know, that's the most popular player on the team is the backup quarterback. And like I said, once Julian doesn't produce, which like they think he should, in a go-go offense, which they're selling, and he don't produce in it, they're going to be calling for the backup quarterback. So my take is a quarterback from Utah. And, Utah produces good quarterbacks. And he's transferred over to Colorado this year, hoping to get an opportunity to start.
We look at Colorado's schedule, right?
Yeah.
Like you talked about, they open up in Piedmont.
Yep.
Yeah.
Week 2, FCS, Weber State. But week 3, they got to go on the road at Northwestern, and that's not going to be an easy game for Colorado to go play.
That is actually the last game they're going to be playing on that soccer field before they open up the new football stadium.
That's right. That's going to be a tough one. Then you got Baylor in week 4 for Colorado. I mean, there's a realistic chance that Colorado coming out of week 4 is 1-3.
Yeah. And who they host after is Baylor? Texas Tech. Texas Tech. Yeah, then they get Utah. Then they go to Oklahoma State. Well, Mark can put up points. Oh, they're going to be calling for the quarterback.
So, Judge, you got to make a decision. Is it because of failure by the starter? Or is it because of
it doesn't matter
greatness by the backup?
It doesn't matter. That wasn't the question.
He asked who was going to be calling for the fan base. So, because of greatness from the backup or failure from the starter?
So it doesn't matter. Who's going to be calling is the question.
I think
the fan base is both ways, Will.
I'm ready to roll. When the gavel goes up, the mouth goes shut. Right? Okay. I do have to agree. So I had Colorado as my number 1.
Right.
So when I got to side with Taz on this one because I think Colorado is the schedule. Not only do I think they're calling for backup running backs, I think that there starts to be those rumors that pisses Dion off at press conferences and stuff like that. He starts ghosting press conferences by week 4, guaranteed.
Yeah. What was his statement? What was his statement at media day when they asked him about the team? He said, "We're back."
Yeah.
He said he's excited for the team.
Yeah, but he said, "We're back."
Or they never.
Or I'm back.
Yeah, he's back because he's healthy.
Right.
Because he had fighting cancer and shit like that. Stuff like that last year.
But that's not how the fan base gonna take it. They're gonna expect Julian Lewis to take the next step and to go to offense.
I'd say looking at it, he has a tough schedule.
Sure does.
I mean, there's not an easy game except for that Weber State game on his schedule.
Yeah.
So what would be considered a successful year with that?
He got a gauntlet, homie.
I know. That's what I'm
He
saying.
got a gauntlet.
At Baylor, take it home. Utah at home. At Colorado State. K-State at home. At Arizona State. Houston at home. At Cincinnati.
You got Scott Frost.
And then Scott Frost at the end. At home. They get to host them.
So do you agree? Colorado's gonna be calling first,
No.
most likely.
Because like I said, I'm going to stick to my guns.
I think you beat Texas Tech.
We will. And that's why. They're going to be like, nah, we don't want Connor Whitman. This new kid, he brings way more to the table. He does.
What do you think the ceiling for Colorado's wins are this year? I know we're not picking games, but what do you think the ceiling is?
Let's see.
What's for ceiling and floor?
Let's see. I'm going.
Ceiling?
Ceiling.
7?
7?
If all works.
7?
If Julian Lewis comes out and plays well, the coaching staff is as good as what he's hoping that it'll be. I think 7 is the ceiling.
I'd say maybe 6.
That's what I had was 6.
I'd say
Yeah.
maybe 6.
Now don't make me pick those 7.
No. I mean, I would
What do you
get
think
6.
is likely?
Likely?
That's ceiling. So I think personally, I think floor is 3-9.
Yeah.
But I think likely for me is probably 5 and 7.
Yeah, I was gonna go 5 and 7 or 4 and 8. I can see he's gonna steal one of these games.
I
Like
can see him going, not picking on one or anything, but I can see him winning 2 games.
nah, he'll win more than 2.
I can see him winning 2 too. I mean,
I can see him winning 2.
What, Scott Frost and Weber State?
Yeah.
That's it.
The rest of them, I mean, what other game would he be favored in?
He'll be able to. They can compete against Northwestern. They can.
They
I just think
can.
that's going to be inspired football up there in Northwestern, man. I'm
Yeah,
telling you.
they're at Northwestern.
Yeah, no, I know. What I'm saying is they'll be able to compete in that game. They will. I mean, they got a new head coach, or not a new head coach, but that Brom or whatever that's there. He's doing really good things.
Yeah, but they got Chip Kelly as the offensive coordinator.
Yeah, true. So yeah, Baylor maybe,
Nope.
depending on no.
I don't see it. I don't see it.
Yeah, I mean Texas Tech, Utah, you can mark both of those off. I don't see
What
it.
about Oklahoma State? Rather,
That's one I have as a flip, honestly.
Yeah, depends.
because I know Oklahoma State they can score.
Yeah, they can score, but are they going to be able to stop anybody? Because that was the biggest thing with North Texas last year. Is
Yeah.
they couldn't stop nobody.
There might be a boat race between the two
Yeah.
of them.
That's right.
Houston, no. Arizona
No.
State, no. K-State, no. Those 3 are just too physical, I think, for them. I think there's levels to this. At Cincinnati, maybe?
That's the only other one that I have is like a
Yeah.
winnable. The
Yeah,
only
Yep.
thing that's like hesitant on that is on the road. I mean, since his home environment's not really
30,000. That's
exactly.
about it.
Yeah.
So, yeah,
I
and then
think
UCF.
you get more fans showing up to see Colorado and not just to see Dion and Cincy.
Exactly.
Yeah,
'Cause who knows where Cincinnati's going to be at that point in the season?
Mhm.
right.
They're going to be bottom dwelling, I'm sure, somewhere.
Yeah, so 2, 3,
I can
4,
see 6 maybe.
maybe 5.
Yeah.
4 to 5, 4 and 8, 5 and 7.
With I
Real-
think 2 or 3
realistic.
being very realistic.
Yeah.
Now, is he the coach that gets fired at the end of the year if they finish under 4? Do you think Dion's gone? I think so. I know y'all talked about it earlier. I don't think Colorado's scared to fire Deion Sanders.
I don't think so either.
I don't think Colorado wants to fire him.
I
I
think
really
they
don't.
do. Well, nobody
No.
hires a coach wanting to fire him.
No.
But he's trending down. That's the thing.
But you know the crazy part about all that? He went what 3-9 last year, and more people are talking about him at media day than anybody else. Just like they did when he went 9-3.
And it's not positive like it was
Right.
year one.
But all publicity is good publicity.
Not really.
I don't think that's true in college sports. Not when there's 120 plus competitors.
Bad publicity can get you fired.
It can, but like I always talk about when we talk about firing coaches. Okay, you're gonna fire them. That's great. Who you gonna bring in?
Yeah, that's a good coach.
What kind
That's
of?
a good question.
But what kind of resources are there? Because once Dion leaves, that money's leaving. Just hands down, that money's gonna be gone. You're not gonna get the good slots on television, and no one's gonna watch you. Dion,
depends
I'm
on
not saying Dion's done a great job, but Dion has made Colorado relevant, which has brought in revenue.
But I think like when you look at the rest of the Big 12 now, like we're talking about it being unpredictable and being the most entertaining conference, Colorado's not even in the top 5 of that conversation of most entertaining games this year, honestly.
No, I'm not saying that they are.
He loses the big noon kickoff side because they're not going to win those games. And I think, honestly, he gets talked about less and less this year. I think genuinely, I don't think that they necessarily would fire him because of the image of Deion Sanders, but I think if he finishes less than 5 wins again, I think he leaves.
Yeah, I just see him stepping down.
Oh, he'll step down. He'll step down before he gets fired.
Well, I mean, they're
They
firing him, but they don't want to fire him, so they'll just
He'll
ask him to
step down,
step
but we'll
down.
know what it is. Like, we know he's stepping down because he's got to go. But I think, honestly, I think at this point, Colorado, like, has enjoyed the flash and the things of that, but
It's worn off.
yeah, that's it. Like, it's not sustainable.
So you think the gold is tarnished?
Oh, of
I do.
course.
I think he promised the world. He brought over players for a year, right? I think that he lived up to a 1 year hype. He brought people over he needed to bring, and that's really it. I don't think that he's got the flair that he thinks he has anymore. I just genuinely don't.
Yeah.
Not there.
The thing is, I think with Deion, and like I said, he made the statement of this is the best coaching staff I hired. He had to focus on, I think, hiring the best coaches versus hiring a lot of his friends.
Mm-hmm.
I think he hired a lot of his friends, and they didn't produce versus getting the best coaches. Now, he's had good coaches, but he let them go. He didn't give them time to coach. But I think what he did was he had more of his friends on the staff than coaches that's going to help him get where he needs to get.
What if Julian Lewis comes out next year and ends up being that guy?
Doesn't hurt him.
You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Like a Shador and picks up 8, maybe 9 wins.
I don't see it. I don't think him being that guy is enough to get him to 8 or 9 wins with that schedule.
Because
Yeah.
a lot of Deion issue wasn't just the quarterback position, also it was the offensive defensive line.
Oh, most definitely.
And then you lose your best O lineman to LSU.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? He had more issues than just the quarterback. I mean, his top receiver transferred out of it. So he's lost some key pieces, but I think it's more than just, that one position. Defensive line, you got to think about it. The defense gave up a lot, dude. The defense, like I said, they're small.
Oh, yeah. No, the defense was one of the worst in the country.
Yeah.
It was.
So he's got a lot more issues to deal with than just that position, which he may come out in the ball. It's possible. But you got to protect him. You better protect him. Because you saw what happened to Shador in the Pac-12 when he wasn't protected.
Mm-hmm.
So I think
Colorado's offense last year averaged 20.9 points a game. A Deion Sanders high prime time offense averaged 20 points, and their defense allowed 30.5 on average.
yeah.
But with him getting fired, does Colorado got the $26.6 million to cut that check to watch him walk out the door?
Yeah,
Too hot for another coach?
You got to think, they never really
Dude.
paid a coach a lot of money until Deion came.
But you got to pay Dion to leave.
Yeah, you got to pay him to leave, but
Unless he goes somewhere else.
If he leaves, he owes them $10 million.
And he's got that tomorrow without blinking an eye.
Oh yeah, he would if he leaves to go somewhere else. He'll owe him $10 million.
Like 4 to
But
6.
yeah, but no, just think about it from a. If you're Colorado right now, like I said, you haven't been relevant for the last 30 years.
Right.
You made horrible coaching decisions. You got a coach. Okay, yeah, I get it. He's not really bringing a lot of wins and stuff right now, but he's making you relevant. And also, do you want to pay $26 million to go get what? Georgia Southern's head coach or Tulane's head coach, or you want a group of 5 head coach that you're going to have to pay to bring in to do what?
But is
Colorado-
it relevancy? Is it relevancy in a good way? Because now you're a laughing stock because you've become more of a TV show and a storyline than an actual football team.
And this is Deion since 24. All right. 1-8 in the conference. That was in the last year, the Pac-12. 1-8 in the conference, 4-8 overall, 2-4 at home. That was 23-24. Right? 24-25, they improved to 7-2 in the conference. I think that's what Travis won the Heisman. 9-4 overall, 5-1 in the conference, right? 25-26. 1-8 in the conference, 3-9 overall. At home, they're 3-4. On the road, 0-5. 25-26. So they're trending down going into this year. They had the 1 year. Out of all those years, you won 1 conference game.
The 1 year out of all them years only been 3 years.
Yeah, but you're trending down. The reason I believe they even had that one is because they transferred to a new conference. If the Pac-12 would have lasted 1 more year.
Oh yeah, no, the Pac-12 was solid. It was a solid conference. It was.
They won it because, like I said, the way he built this team, his offense and defensive line wasn't strong at all.
Like I said, I'm not looking at it from that point. I'm looking at it from if I'm an administrative person and I got to make this decision, I'm not firing him. One, like I said, I'm not paying $26 million to watch him walk away. It's hard as hell. Plus, let's do this too, though. Once Deion leaves and he has that energy, who can I bring in? Because that has to be everybody's question. If we're going to fire him, we have to know what we're going to do to replace him. Who am I going to bring in that's going to get these boosters to bring in this money? Because whatever you want to say about Deion, he's a hell of a fundraiser. And he's going to raise money for your university, for your NIL, for your revenue sharing, and all that. So who can I go get to bring out to in the middle of nowhere, Colorado, who you have no natural pipelines in recruiting? Trust me, Colorado is not pumping out 5 stars left and right.
Well, they're not going to
and look at the surrounding states around you. So you have to go out to recruit.
But that's the thing. He's not going out. He has the guys to come to him.
Well, regardless of who, if Deion Sanders says, "Hey, get on a plane and come see me," you're going to go. Regardless, you know what I'm saying?
No, yeah. But you're not. That's why these teams aren't being built in high school.
I get it. But what I'm saying, let me finish what I'm saying. If I'm an administrator, I'm not firing because one, there's nobody I'm gonna bring in to this location that's gonna make me relevant or even in the news or generate money. And I'm gonna have to explain to everybody why I just paid $26 million to hire another coach that's gonna come in here that's gonna do what? Go 4-8, 5-7? There's no coach that's going to come into Colorado that's going to flip this around and turn this into a national championship competing team. It hasn't happened there in 30 years. It just ain't going to happen.
I think it's different
because exactly. You got to pay the players now,
right?
Before
so
you can pay them under the
more
table.
likely to come.
But are they going to pay them? That's the thing. They don't have to pay them.
But they can.
They can, but are they?
Yeah.
I think at this point now, like if you've got the money raked in the past couple of years that they've brought in and you're going to restart it, I think you do it now before your image gets tarnished. Every single time that Colorado posts anything on social media, the more laugh reacts and hate comments that come in, eventually that's going to spread to the youth. That's not going to want to go there. Like to go play for the guy that wears sunglasses in press conferences and gets his ass beat on the field by 21 points. Like it's not flash doesn't produce the results at some point. Right?
No, I'm not saying that it does.
They brought in $161 million in revenue last year for Colorado athletics. It's their highest year they've ever had. If they do that again this year, and that was with a 3-win football season, right?
That's what I'm saying.
You got the money to get rid of them.
What was the revenue they brought in before Deion showed up? And we can even do inflation on that if you want. It's going to be nowhere near that type of revenue. That's what I'm saying. Deion's going to bring in revenue.
22 before he was started there was $97 million. 23 in Dion's first year, he's hired in 22. Fiscal year 23 was 129, 24, 150, now 161.
I mean, the man's bringing in 50, 60, 80 million dollars more a year than what they was doing without him.
Yeah,
And remember, and my final argument for this, Your Honor, is what did we say at the beginning of this show? It's all about the money. It's all about the money. These people who run sports don't give a damn about sports. They care about the bottom line. And as long as he's bringing in 170, 180 million dollars and fattening their paychecks in their pockets, they could give a damn if he goes 1-11 or 2-10 or 0-12. Because you know what he's going to do? He's going to bring in another $190 million. And guess what? The AD or the president and the board and all them are going to lick their chops, fatten their pockets. And that's what they're going to do.
Yeah, because they've only actually increased their NIL pool by 10 million over the last, since before Dion. They've doubled it and only allotted 10 million to players.
Yeah. So we've made an extra $80 million and only giving 10 of it back to the player. Where's that other $70 million we're fundraising and bringing in? Where's that going?
Their NIL has actually gone backwards since his kids are gone.
Exactly. So that's what I'm saying. That's my argument, Your Honor.
I still think they let him go. I mean, I still think there's coaches, there's options out there that's going to win games. Winning would change all of that. Winning would change fundraising.
Yeah, but you got to get the winning first.
You can win. There's options. I mean, if he wants, I don't know if he wants it. Chip Kelly's out there.
When was the last time Colorado was the winner?
There's coaches out there.
Well, let me share this with you real quick, and we'll end it on this because I know we're getting close to the 2-hour mark. Steve's counting down. Like, get out of here.
Who got 8 minutes?
I'm only going to need 45 more seconds.
All
right. Look at the recruiting classes. 2022, their national rank was 58. 2023 was 29th. That's Deion Sanders' first class.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Since then, 65th, 38th, and this year's class is 61st.
Mm. That's not good.
He's turning it down. I understand that.
But he's bringing in money from a fan perspective. The players aren't wanting to go there anymore. And eventually, when the players stop going, the fans will stop going too. It'll catch up.
Oh, I mean, it will eventually.
Perspective, they need to take that while the money's still coming in and get somebody else in there that's got a good track record.
Wow, the support's there right now.
Because if otherwise, you're going to be stuck paying this dude a ton of money, and then you're not going to have players to come in and put a result on the field.
Yep.
So you've got the money to get in there, get out there now, get somebody else in while you can pay them. I would do it now.
Like I said, it's a hard place to win, y'all. That's all I gotta say.
But it's been proven you can win.
In 1990,
but it's been proven you can win.
There goes something right here. You know how many winning seasons
it's different.
They've had one winning season in 2016 since 2005.
Who is this?
One winning Colorado. Oh. They've had one winning season since 2005. The last 20 years.
Then why are we going to keep paying a guy if it's not possible that much money?
Because that man's bringing in that 160, 180 million dollars.
And I bet when it comes time to negotiate his contract, he's going to say, "Look at all this money I bought. You pay me 10 times what I'm making." And
exactly.
Then you're stuck with it.
Yeah. Then you're stuck.
Like I said, that I don't know.
And then Variety's going to write a nasty piece about him.
Yeah. The Athletic.
Yeah, the Athletic. Yeah.
Yeah, of course.
Oh yeah, or was it Vanity Fair? That's the one that seems to be getting all the coaches now, ain't it?
Right. What a good take.
No, definitely.
I gotta take this thing off because it's like itchy as hell.
Awesome, dude. Good questions.
Heck yeah, I liked it. Good discussion. I did.
Got more next week.
Keep them coming.
Heck yeah, that'll work. All right, everybody. So, yep, I'm looking at the clock. We got 6 minutes left before it won't let me post it because it'll be too big. Yep. But I figured this would happen. That's why I wanted to start it with let's get all the work out the way first, and then let's have fun on the back end with the hot takes. We did. So, I think we had some great hot takes, some great outlooks and stuff on everything. We went over Big 12 Media Days with everybody and everything. So, next we will be in Charlotte. We leave on Tuesday. Me and Taz leave Tuesday around noon, head to Charlotte. Matt will come get you Wednesday morning. when you fly in, and we'll be ready to rock and roll. And we'll be at Media Days next, and we'll wait and see. As by Friday, the Big Ten will let us know about their media days. So we'll have to see if we gotta make accommodations for that in the future. But that's really all I got. I enjoyed it. That was a great show, y'all. I really enjoyed it. Glad Matt, you was back with us.
Miss
He
you
was.
guys.
Yeah, man. So I'm gonna go ahead and pass it over. Taz, you got anything for the people?
Like and subscribe.
Yes, I keep forgetting to say that. Be sure to hit the like and subscribe button. Matt, you got anything else for the people before we
I
go?
got two quick things. I know we're looking. Steve said, "Look at that clock." As soon as I said two quick things. All right. Number one, like and subscribe. Okay, it's really important. Really, really important to us. Number
Yeah.
two, Oregon fans, you're a bunch of babies. And I've been waiting for weeks to tell you this. Cry harder, go harder. Y'all are buying tradition. Suck it and get over it. That's all I got.
My boy hit hard.
That wouldn't work. Well, that note, everybody.
Hey, I don't know if you have the ability to blur it, and I mean, I know it's somewhat family friendly, but that's for you, Oregon fans. Cry harder.
I'll find that button eventually. Well, all right, everybody. That's gonna wrap this one up. Once again, it's another fun show, everybody. I enjoyed it. We'll see y'all in the next one, and we'll see y'all in Charlotte.
Peace.
It's College Football Sunday with Steve, Matt, and Taz. Talking like we're legends in the student section stands. Same old couch, same cheap snacks, same bold bets we never track. Yeah, life hits different when the squad comes back. College Football Sunday with Steve, Matt, and Taz.